Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Box Office Breakdown. Information and commentary on weekly movie box office.
Where in the world is Sarah Stratton? She's back in America.
Yeah, she is back in
For
America.
now.
She's
For
back
the
in
week,
America
for the
looking
week. I am
fantastic
back.
as usual.
Oh.
She actually
Thank you,
kind of looks
guys.
like Carmen Sandiego. She had the trench coat and the hat.
Yeah.
Put the hair up. I mean,
Oh, she's got,
I'll work on that
Halloween.
for Halloween.
This has gotta be Halloween.
I might
It's
do that.
gotta be Carmen
We will
Sandiego.
see. Well,
She's undetermined origin.
everyone, shh, let me do my intro.
All right, sorry.
Welcome back to Box Office Breakdown on the Popcorn Talk Network. I'm so happy to be back. I was doing a little bit of traveling, and I left these guys with some tasks, which you failed at.
what was the task?
creeping through your window.
No, we
That-
were
that I passed
supposed to. We were supposed a while ago. We had a challenge
Oh, yeah,
over
yeah.
which of us could get the most correct predictions for the box office numbers. We really haven't been keeping tally very well.
No, we
And you
haven't.
were supposed to figure it out while I was gone.
Yeah, we're going to commission one of the admins to take a look at it.
Looking at you,
Probably,
Dylan.
Probably Mr. Esposito.
Okay. Well,
Giancarlo.
What a
before
great
we
last
also
name.
get into the numbers, I've stolen JT's phone because he has the list of winners. So we want to talk about this real quick. Winners from last week on Facebook are, I think I can pronounce this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have the hardest
Beer.
names.
Matt Beer.
Beer
I
as
think
in
I
beer?
got that one. It's
As in beer, like-
B-E-E-R.
That's a great name.
As a drink, yeah.
Yeah, watch, he's going to tell us that I'm wrong. But
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
pronounce it Matt Beer.
Bear.
Brandon Cody and Nick Boschan. In addition, Andreas, this is the one Dombrowski guessed within 3 million of what Age of Ultron would make.
That's pretty damn good.
So good job, guys.
Was the last one Dabrowski? Degrassi?
Dombrowski?
Dombrowski. Yeah,
Dombrowski?
Jimmy Dombrowski.
Andreas Dombrowski.
His dad's Jimmy.
So good job, guys. Correct guesses. You are the winners.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me have your phone.
No problem.
JTE.
Thanks to Dylan for messaging me and
Hey, so
helping us out.
So what's up? I heard you've seen or saw Age of Ultron in London.
I did see Age of Ultron in London.
Wow,
I was
that's
part
cool.
of the giant overseas boom for that movie. I kind of feel bad for them. Their theaters are not up to par.
Oh, London?
I
really?
was in London in like one of their like big brand theaters. First of all, they have an aisle that goes straight down the middle, so no one can sit in a middle seat, which is annoying. Second of all, it's like a tiny screen.
Oh,
Tiny.
does it
Movies
feel
are
like
big
old
over
school?
It feels like a kind of like a dated theater that we
Is it
have.
like two people holding a white sheet and like candles
It's not quite that
good.
good.
behind the pictures?
But it was like very. I was watching that movie and I was like, I miss, like, we have these huge theaters here where you have like the sound that's pretty much blowing out your eardrums
people
and
in
your
London
luxury reclining seats, and I realize how spoiled I've been.
I like to hear about that because I always want to know what different countries' movie theater experiences are like. Like, I hear London, is it quiet? Do people cheer? I hear it's very reserved compared
it's
to
more
America.
reserved.
In that,
I
part,
mean,
in that part of Europe, nobody likes to go to the theaters. They go to bars and have
well,
sex.
that's not true because I was in a theater that was pretty much sold out.
Because
Oh,
it's Age
really?
of
And their
Ultron.
tickets are like £16, which is like $20 a ticket for not even 3D.
Wow.
So they're more expensive than the ones are
Yeah.
here, and they're not getting as great, in my opinion, of a theater as we have.
Is it like normal, like recliner type seats, or is it like little tables with chairs
It's
with tea
what I
and
would have
crumpets and all
expected
that?
to go into a theater six years ago.
Wow.
And they serve tea
No.
in the theater.
Crumpets.
No.
No?
But
And
they do
crumpets, yeah.
serve Ben and
That's in
Jerry's, which is,
What? Ben
which
and
is-
Jerry's? That's pretty
yeah.
awesome.
You didn't dive into that, did you?
I always eat Ben and Jerry's.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong?
Why'd you say
know?
don't dive into it?
No. I said I don't know if she dove into ice cream or not.
Oh, okay.
I know she was an ice cream eater.
Okay, well, anyway, let's get
good
into
to
our numbers for this
Bosnia.
past
What
weekend.
about Bosnia and Herzegovina? You were there too, right?
I drove a little bit through Bosnia, a little bit through.
How did you play over there? How did you play for like the?
I was in Bosnia for 15 minutes.
That's a long enough.
Is it nice? Like, I feel like they're always.
The part I was in was beautiful.
I know nothing about Bosnia, but I feel like they're at war.
Yeah. Did you get hit on a
No.
lot
It just
over
has that kind of name where it's like Bosnia's at war.
That's offensive.
No, I'm just saying.
there? Well, they're great over there.
You guys,
They're great.
numbers.
Yeah.
The whole point of this show.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's start with number 5 on this list, hanging in there. I thought I was going to stay out of the country for long enough not to have to talk about this again. But Paul Blart, Mall Cop 2.
Hey.
Yay. $5.1 million. Cool.
Yay.
Great. Furious 7. Universal bringing in even more money with $5.2 million. Age of Adeline, which I actually did see. It's not that great, so if you haven't seen it yet, see something else. Lionsgate Film brought in $5.6 million. That's just a down 10% drop. And then number 2, its debut week, Hot Pursuit, brought in $13 million. I feel like this movie has been like putting on the press shoes. It's been everywhere. We've seen interviews like crazy, but it's just not. I just don't think it's overcoming the fact that people already think it's going to be horrible. I feel like there's so little faith in this movie.
It's terrible.
The reviews have been.
We said it the last week. We tore it apart, and then Schmoes tore it apart.
Oh, the Schmoes
gave
tore
it
it
a
apart.
0.
Yeah,
It
Mark.
has 6 on Rotten Tomatoes, I think.
Is
Yes.
it really? It's at 6%.
I think it's at 6%.
Yeah.
1% lower than Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. Those are 2 back-to-back comedies in very low territory on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's unfortunate. I love both the actresses in this film, and it's just sad that I don't even want to see it. Ugh, unfortunate. All right, number 1, staying up there. The Avengers Age of Ultron brought in $77 million this week.
I mean,
it's a drop, but that's so much
Minus
money.
60.
It's not terrible by any means, but not like that earth-shattering record-breaking they were going for, that cult phenomenon, like where it's like, holy shit, this is gonna bust every record in the world.
I can't say anything negative about it. It's still $77 million.
It's a blockbuster. It's a life-size blockbuster.
For most movies, that is a fantastic opening weekend.
Oh my God.
If you get that opening weekend, people are like, this is the hit. This, you normally are, that's crazy to me.
It's still the second biggest opening weekend ever, right? Mm-hmm. Which is crazy.
And it's only losing to its predecessor.
We talked a little bit about the movie last week. I liked the movie a lot. I was a little disappointed when I left leaving the theater. I couldn't help but feeling a little disappointed. You have not seen it yet, right?
No, I'm not going to see
and
it.
I'm curious
Why are
to
you
hear.
disappointed?
Well, I'm curious to hear what your take on the movie is. How did you feel stacked up to the first one?
I was just happy that in this movie,
I was just happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
no, that they
to be in
took
London in a theater watching.
what I like about Age of Ultron. First of all, is that I saw this with my whole family, and despite the fact that they don't watch Marvel movies on repeat, they've seen probably each of them once, and it was the time they were in theaters. So they're not getting all the Easter eggs, they're not getting the references, they're just going to see this one movie, and hopefully it stands up.
Sure.
And all of them liked it.
Okay.
Which to me is really impressive, because this is the 11th Marvel franchise movie,
it's up there.
something like that.
Something along those lines.
And so the fact that you have people who can still come in and enjoy it just for the movie that it is, that's impressive. That you don't have so there was a movie that came out last year, and there were so many Easter egg lines that it made the script actually not make sense if you didn't know what they were talking about.
Right.
And these didn't feel that way. On top of that, I didn't feel like we had the Transformers loop where it's like, okay, let's just create a bigger battle, because that's all these movies are for. And Transformers, all those movies are just like, let's add more special effects, let's make something bigger. This one, at least they tried to do some character development. I learned something about each of the characters.
Listen, Transformers is not even the same league as this movie. That thing is just garbage.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think this movie is a good blockbuster popcorn movie. I could see. I don't think anyone
It's not
should.
a phenomenon.
Yeah, no one should walk out of this movie not liking it. I think it's hard to imagine somebody just not straight out not liking this movie, because it's so entertaining. But there are a lot of plot holes, and there's a few things in movies that I feel like we talked about this last week. They're saying there's gonna be a 3 hours director's cut on Blu-ray. I feel like a lot of the problems I have with this movie can be fixed.
Probably.
With some of the scenes, you see Josh Whedon on the press tour. The guy is not exactly happy with this movie. It's easy to read that he could tell that he left some stuff on the editing floor. There's stuff in the movie he didn't want in the movie.
They were doing reshoots up until 3 weeks before the movie was released.
True, but Marvel does that all the time.
What's your biggest negative about it? Because I have some qualms. But they're not
my
huge.
biggest negative is, I guess, number one is Ultron to me was not a very good villain.
Sorry for spoilers, guys.
Yeah, he wasn't fleshed out. Anytime he was on screen, I never felt like the Avengers were in any danger.
Okay, then we agree. Because for me, the problem was when I was most worried happened probably a third to halfway through the movie
Okay.
versus at the end.
Yeah.
Like in this type of movie, you are supposed to build. This isn't a complete character arcing story where you have the climax in the beginning. It should be happening at the end of the second act. And this to me was happening either halfway through or at the beginning of the second act, which was with the whole when we had what ended up being Vision's body being created. That to me was the scariest point. That was when they had the most at risk.
Yeah.
And so then they just felt safe towards the end. We knew that they were surviving.
Isn't this like a filler movie in a way?
I want to say filler. No, I mean I think the stuff that does feel a little bit filler is pushed in by Marvel to set up some of the future films.
Yeah, to set up. Yeah.
But you could see the struggle while you're watching a movie. It's almost you could just see Marvel and Whedon pulling tug of war. I need this. Oh, you need to have that. And because that certain things in the movie don't come to fruition that they set up in the beginning. There's things in the beginning that is set up where I'm like, oh, this is going to pay off, and it never comes to fruition.
But he was very smart in how he made this movie and how he used the characters of Scarlet Witch. Like, that I thought was really smart.
Well, I thought it was great. And I said this on Thursday's Schmoes On Show because we did kind of like a spoiler review. There's this great moment that Scarlet Witch and Aaron Johnson's Quicksilver say, we sat in the rubble for 2 weeks or 2 days waiting for Tony Stark to kill us because it was like one of his bombs that didn't go off. And I thought to myself, there's going to be a great confrontation between these twins and Tony Stark at some point in this movie.
Of course.
And that never happened.
It's a little strange that they never... Oh, you wanted it in this movie.
You'll probably see it again.
Something should have happened. Nothing of that. You had this great scene setting up something that could come to fruition later in the movie, and it's just never addressed.
Yeah, well, also something Marvel has to work on is the cost of life, which they don't seem no one really cares about.
They did okay.
My thing is, Marvel's villains just, they aren't the best. DC has way better villains.
Yeah, totally agree.
I mean, you got the Joker. I mean, you got all these other great characters that they can play off of. You know,
when Joker
Marvel
and Bane,
Universe,
Joker and Bane are on screen in those Batman movies. You don't know what the hell's gonna happen.
No.
Anytime Joker showed up, you're like, shit is going down. Anytime Bane came up, you're like, this guy's about to wreck house.
Then, you know, you got Riddlers. You got just
Ultron.
I don't know. I'm a
Penguin.
huge Loki fan, so...
I'm a huge Loki fan too.
He's good.
Yeah,
But
he's the
other than
one
that,
guy they got.
Okay.
Yeah, other than that, they're made up villains.
But, well, let's talk about the numbers.
I was going to say, we just spent another 10 minutes talking about Avengers.
Hot Pursuit.
If you haven't heard enough about this movie.
So it did drop 60%. I mean, that's going to happen every time you open that big from the first
Sure.
weekend.
It's right on par.
It's right on par.
If it would have did 200, then it would have made 90. That would have still been a 60% drop.
True. I'm
Same thing.
really curious to see how it's going to drop this week.
Agreed.
Especially with some of the
We'll
movies that
have
are
to
coming
find
out.
and competing markets. It's going to be interesting. Obviously, Hot Pursuit's going to drop like crazy.
How much is that movie going to drop?
It made 13. I predict 13. That's exactly what it made.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You did say 13. I said I was a little more optimistic. I was like maybe closer to 20
Warner-
because it's counter programming just Avengers.
It's Warner. You said 20. I was like, you're
I don't
crazy.
know. I was like, well, who did you figure was seeing Hot Pursuit versus like Age of Adeline?
Every girl.
I disagree.
You know who's seen
Really?
it or saw it? The people in little south towns.
I feel like you're more
Like,
likely that's
older
where
audiences.
I don't know. I saw Age of Adeline this weekend as well, and I went there with my mom for Mother's Day, and it was her pick.
Yes.
And like Hot Pursuit was brought up, and we didn't even know. She made me go
What
to
if she
Age of
said Paul
Adeline
Blart Mall Cop?
versus Hot Pursuit.
No, that was that. Their mom said, "Hey, you know, sweetie, I want to go see Paul Blart." I mean, what are you gonna say? No on Mother's Day?
I
to
would
her?
have thrown the car keys in the
Yeah.
toilet.
You're like, you know, Mom, I think the
Oh,
movie,
no.
the movie theater's close today, Mom. I don't know what you're talking about.
What is happening?
Here's the thing, Hot Pursuit. You do have one bankable star who was nominated for Oscar last year.
Yeah.
And has done these kind of comedies.
She's not A-list anymore, though.
But she's close. And then Sofia Vergara, I mean,
Yes.
she's not.
A-list TV.
I guess she's not really a pull, but she's that Modern Family pull. So
She's A-list TV.
This is gonna be treading on maybe some hot water, but the thing is, this is a female comedy that they used, really well-known actresses that women love. But if you're putting that against, there doesn't seem to be too much of a love story. This Age of Adeline on a weekend like that has more pull because there is the whole love scheme involved.
so you think of the love story because I mean, when I saw the trailer for this, like they're trying to do The Heat, but with
Correct.
two different actresses.
Correct.
Which is a good movie, and that movie opened pretty well. So I don't think a love story necessarily has to be in there for it to do good.
No, but it will normally do better
Okay.
in the women market, I would say.
You should have gave us a hard R and chicks naked. They've been naked.
Sylvia Vergara.
Yeah.
the thing I will say though, like it did hit 13 million, and 3, 4, and 5 are literally all at like 5 million
Exactly.
point something.
Yeah.
So these were the 2 movies that made all the money. Everything else was just
No, those weren't even the 2 movies that made all the money.
Well, Avengers made all the money.
Yeah.
But
by far.
Yeah, Hot
Hot
Pursuit
Pursuit
probably did get a lot of Mother's Day crowd.
that's what I'm saying. That had to help, right?
Yeah, and it definitely.
And it
helped.
is counter programming too.
Well, it didn't help the D Train.
Oh, did I even open top 10?
No.
Oh, but it was limited, right?
No, it had 1,000 theaters.
Wow.
And only made like 400 and change. Jack Black he's not opening movies anymore.
Yeah.
Neither is James
Gulliver's
Marsden.
Travel.
He's got to be a supporting
Well,
actor. And that's
before
it.
we move on to international numbers and such, let's get a couple of throwouts also to Ex Machina, which I
Yeah.
finally saw and is fantastic.
Nice. You liked it?
Love
Totally
it.
great movie.
That is going up. It came up to the 6th spot. I wish so bad that it had taken number 5.
Yeah, I know.
It was
Nice.
so close. It went up 52%. It was at 3.4
The
million.
studio's pushing that a lot more too. Like I'm seeing
They are.
way more trailers,
It's a
commercials
solid,
now
solid film.
than when it first came out.
I saw it on the plane because it was under Virgin Atlantic Loves.
Yes.
Really?
It was like one of their featured ones.
They do that kind of
Interesting.
stuff.
It's in their pamphlets. Yeah.
That's
You know,
great.
they want people to see this movie. It's good.
Also, Woman in Gold getting the 8th spot, going up 3%. Weinstein, 1.6 million. Also, probably bringing in a couple moms
Mom's
for
Day.
Mother's
Absolutely.
Day.
I was-
Definitely, my mom's old book club went. You know,
Really.
the normal.
And Maggie, nobody's seen that.
Oh yeah, I mean Maggie didn't even crack.
Well, it's only in 79 theaters.
Oh,
it's just
there you go.
proven like nobody wants to see Schwarzenegger anymore. He just doesn't have it unless it's Terminator or Expendables.
From what I hear, he doesn't give a bad performance. It's just not a good movie.
Yeah, I heard it's really
But
really
although
I
dark.
did see him on my international TV.
Really?
He was in. He's in the
Commercials?
intro for some of the theaters. They have like this weird
Did
thing,
they
and
say
they
the
run
Devil Man? Did
into.
they call him Devil?
He does his normal screaming
Yeah.
scene where he like screams at something, and
I
he
love
like
it.
does his hands really big.
Okay.
Kind of looks like the Hulk.
Yeah, he probably gets paid $5 zillion.
Exactly. So that's what he's doing when he's
Yeah.
not doing movies like Maggie. All right, let's get into our international numbers. More on Age of Ultron because
Yeah.
you can't get enough. Is holding up impressively, hauling in 65 million, which is crossing the 562 million for foreign, with a worldwide total of 875.3 million.
Mamma mia.
So we're getting closer to that $1 billion mark.
Well, it'll do it once May 12th hits.
Oh, are you talking about because Japan and China?
Yep.
Oh wait, it hasn't hit China yet.
The burgeoning
yeah.
behemoth.
So wait,
China.
so wait a minute.
We're at 875.
It's almost at 900 million. It has yet to hit China.
Exactly.
And that's a guaranteed 200 to 300 million.
In one day.
It's getting to the $1 billion
One day.
mark.
It might make $100 million in one day. Fast and Furious 7 did 60.
It's opening on a Tuesday, though.
That's like a weekend over there.
No, it's opening on a Tuesday.
They
It's
work
gonna
7 days a week.
They don't
over
even
there.
have
One day.
days. It's just like they
They don't-
just get up. That's it.
China
There's
does
no
not have
time.
weekends. They work 7 days a week. It's
There's
a
no Monday,
fact.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Well, we will be
There's no time. They
definitely
don't even have
talking.
clocks over there.
It goes
We will
workday
be-
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7.
Wonderful. We were going to be talking a lot more about Avengers next weekend because of those numbers, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. Other things that we're going to talk about is how it's going to replace Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, where it's moving up in that chart. But I kind of feel like we should leave it till next week because that's when our bigger numbers are really going to come in.
I mean, listen.
Yes, absolutely.
It's Fast. I'm really curious because I think Fast is at 1.3 billion right
No,
now.
1.5.
1.5 billion. I think Avengers right now is on track to outpace it.
It will.
I think it will because it's already
Well-
at almost 1 billion.
Well, because they're going to do the same amount. Avengers will win domestically by probably over 100.
Okay.
So, you'll see the same amount, if not a little more, foreign for Avengers.
Well, because I think May doesn't have a lot. I mean,
What are you about to
is
say?
there anything?
What are you about to say?
And is there anything coming out in May that really could compete with Avengers
Internationally,
as internationally?
no.
No.
Mad Max, no.
San Andreas.
Pitch Perfect, no. San Andreas, no.
I don't.
Tomorrowland, maybe.
I mean, tomorrow. I mean,
No.
Mad
Yeah.
Max will probably
American
have the legs that Kingsman had,
Nothing-
though, but it's not
yeah.
going to compete in the numbers.
I
that-
think
Correct.
some of those
Avengers
movies are
competes
going to
with.
do good, but they don't have the built-in franchise.
No.
Nothing is close this month to Avengers. So I think Avengers is going to just clean up this whole all of May, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
June it'll start taking some hits once the bigger movies come out.
All right, so we will talk more about the international numbers next week. And let's instead move on to our game.
Yes, hit it.
Please. Or not. Or
Hold
no
on,
game.
It's coming.
Or you
Break out the Rosetta Stone, because it's time for
Sarah's been missing
the
this.
international title
Roxy really
game.
dug it too.
al esfuerzo y al heroísmo ritmo de una revolución, no lo queremos.
Wonderful.
I almost
missed that so much.
vocally yelled it out that time. I felt it from
Mike,
an inner deep of me.
You know
I
we have
wanted to yell
headphones. If you
Japanese.
yell, I will throw something at you.
Which one is your favorite? I like his Castro, and he's like,
Because
Castro.
I'm
Okay.
really, it's like I'm making a point.
I do
yeah,
like
Castro one's my
the.
favorite.
It kind of, well, in my head, I think of him as I'm making pizza.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I kind of
It's a
ignore
little
what it's
Italian?
about. Yeah, it's a
little
little
Italian,
spicy
just a
Italian.
little
meatball.
bit of Cuban.
Okay, so you gave us a little hint about what these are about today.
So I geared these towards something I was really upset about last week.
What was that?
Natalie Portman, okay, who I like, but I don't like anymore now.
What?
She says, like, she gave an interview. She's like, yeah, I don't even know where my Oscar is. It's like hidden away in a safe or something with like dust on it.
What?
Yeah, she's like, I haven't seen it in a while, and this is her quote. I don't know where it is. I think it's in the safe or something. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while. I mean, Darren, obviously she means Aronofsky, actually said to me something when we were in that whole thing that resonated so deeply. I was reading the story of Abraham to my child and talking about like not worshiping.
this is the longest
fake
quote
idols.
ever.
And this, it's like they're worshiping little gold men. She's like, I don't really even care where it is. Then stop acting. Like
I completely disagree. That's not fair.
You're there to get an Oscar, right?
No.
You want to be, get the accolades. I want them. My Oscar would be right on my mantle if I had one.
Congratulations. But I don't think you can wrong someone for saying that they just love doing what they're doing despite
In a
any
safe?
type of
But
acknowledgement
worshiping
for it.
false idols, give me a break.
I mean, Joe Namath never takes a Super Bowl ring off.
No, he never does. I know people who don't do it either.
Look, everyone has their own thing. Also, like Charlize Theron, like I think she keeps her like Oscar in her bathroom where
Yeah,
she keeps
somebody
like her
believes that's how
Victoria's Secret trophies
Well, that's
on her
fine.
desk.
You know where-
Like,
At least
you know
see
where-
it every
everyone
day.
has their own
You know where
priorities.
Sean Penn keeps his Oscars?
Where?
Right next to the condoms. Okay, that being said.
All I'm saying is I don't think it's something. I don't think it'd be. I would rather.
Yeah.
I would rather deal with an actor who's like, oh, I'm happy I got an Oscar. I don't know where it is,
Yeah.
versus the one who's like, these are my Oscars, and I'm going to put them on the mantle for everyone to stare at them every single time they walk
know
in.
about that.
I think you kind of want to be treated like a normal person.
Yeah, but
That's
she's not
tough.
normal. Now she's reading her child like books of Abraham, and she's married to some ballet
They're
dancer.
just as. What's the difference between all of the actors who also then like keep their kids away from like magazines and watching their own movies?
Well, that's totally fine, but an Oscar's an Oscar. That's a big one. I mean, yeah, if you win an Emmy, yeah, who cares where it's at?
I'm not saying you have to flaunt it, but to be like, I don't even know where it is. Like it's in the
Yeah, it's in a safe or
box
something.
in your garage somewhere
Ridiculous.
buried.
Ridiculous.
know. I don't blame her.
I still got my trophy from like my 9-year-old Little League championship right on my mantelpiece until I get something better than that. Anyway, that being
There are
said,
certain things that are more important than statues. It's called family.
okay. Fair.
Anyway,
Either way.
now that we've had this debate, please get into our game.
Yeah. Okay.
Get into the game.
Okay. So, all from China, all Natalie Portman movies.
Ah, amazing.
Mr. Megorian's Wonder Emporium.
Oh, the Dustin Hoffman movie.
I
Yeah.
always get that confused with the Mr. Fox one.
Magic.
Fantastic Mr. Fox. Really? Okay.
Magic.
don't know their
Magic
titles.
Toy Town.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Magic Toy Town.
Zoolander.
Okay.
Supermodel. Spy.
Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Zoolander, super.
What is she in that?
She's in it.
Ben Stiller? Natalie. Oh, yes. She has a very.
She's a cameo.
Cameo.
Oh, okay. I was like, when is she in that movie?
She plays Owen Wilson.
Shout out she got the
And
Oscar.
that was her Oscar.
Yeah.
Black Swan.
Oh, the Oscar winner.
Powder-faced dancer.
Oh, that
She
can't
won
be
like
right.
every award for that too.
Yeah,
she
she
won like
cleaned up.
BAFTA, Golden Globe,
Yeah,
everything.
they're all. She doesn't have them anymore. They're all hidden somewhere. Anywhere but here. Tube to the Pacific.
Wait. Anywhere but here.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
need these all repeated.
Say it. Tube.
Tube, like tube,
Like fallopian.
like test tube, yeah, like fallopian tube.
I'm confused.
didn't know what
Wait,
to
are we
read.
picking the true one or the false
We're
one?
picking the false one.
False one.
All right, so repeat all
Okay,
over.
Mr. Megorian's Wonder Emporium,
Okay.
which was I think was Heath Ledger's last movie or something.
Okay.
Magic Toy Town.
No, that wasn't Heath Ledger's movie. Keep going.
Yes, it was.
You're thinking of the Terry Gilliam
Oh
film.
yeah, Mr. Dr. Pernalosis or whatever. Yeah. Zoolander, Supermodel Spy,
Okay.
Black Swan, Powder-faced dancer.
Okay.
Anywhere but here. Tube to the Pacific.
I gotta.
I don't understand Tube to the Pacific.
I gotta go with number 3. I'm gonna go Black Swan on this one. Powdered Face Dancer.
She did have a powdered face.
I know, but I just don't think
And they
that's
do
how
that
they.
kind of geisha stuff over there. But not
that's Japan.
That's the same thing.
Let's ask the engineer. What do you got here, man? Because I have no idea.
I say Black Swan.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we're both me and the engineer on the same page here.
Oh, wow,
I'm
okay.
gonna learn Dare to be different.
What do you think it's Sarah?
So much more entertaining when people pick different things. Black Swan. No, I'm gonna pick the last one because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Test tube to the Pacific.
I don't understand.
What is it?
Some girl I know was the first test tube baby in Florida ever. You guys are right. Black Swan.
Yes.
Powder face
Ew.
dancer.
I give up.
Killed it. 2 in a row.
She did have a powder face.
She did.
She was a dancer.
Yeah. I mean, I just couldn't equate Powder Face with dancing.
What about tube to the Pacific?
I still don't get that.
I guess it's like, there's somewhere, anywhere but here, she could they think hey, there's like a tube under America that goes right to China.
I don't get it. I don't get that. It's a
to the
horrible
Pacific.
title, whoever wrote that.
I went a different direction with that one.
Congratulations, JT and the engineer. You
Yeah,
guys
that's
did
2
well.
weeks in a row I got it. I think I hit like 3 or 4 in a week once.
You did.
I'm gonna try
Well,
to-
we would know
Should've.
if you guys had done your job and looked into these
Yeah,
things.
you should go to Vegas.
Unfortunately, you
go to
didn't.
Vegas.
All right,
Anyway,
now
hey,
let's
now
get
they poured me
into
now.
our top 5 list of the week. Today we're going to be talking about top 5 grossing Reese Witherspoon movies. So she's been in the acting game for a while. I think she started modeling when she was like 7.
Oh, she model first?
A
I didn't know
little,
that.
like very,
Like a
very
little baby
tiny.
model,
Like,
you
should
yeah,
do.
like I think she did some catalogs or
Yeah, like,
something.
yeah.
And then she
Okay,
got her
gotcha.
first lead role on an extra call.
She
I think
was the baby in
auditioned as,
Nirvana. She was the baby on the Nirvana album.
That's a lie. Don't listen to him. That's
boy.
not true.
Yeah, same thing.
No, but she did start young and she's been in tons of stuff. So let's get into her list.
Fear is my favorite movie of hers.
Which one?
Fear with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, yeah. Fear of Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, the
I
roller
don't know what
coaster.
my favorite movie of hers is.
She was good in it.
I just saw Wild.
I'll tell you right now, mine's on this list, so we'll get to it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Number
Sweet
5.
Home
Is it this
Alabama.
one? Because this one's not mine. 4 Christmases. Came out in 2008.
Horrible
Made
movie.
like 135 million.
It's not bad.
Yeah. The funny thing about this is apparently Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon hate each other.
Yeah, he hit her in the head with he paid a PA to during the fight scene when they were throwing dishes and stuff.
Yeah.
The PA, he's like hit her with it. He hit her in the head. She got 5 stitches, delayed production by 3 days, and that's why they hated each other after that.
What? Really?
Yeah, that's serious.
Maybe he
Holy
just meant it
cow.
as a joke. Maybe it was something
Yeah,
he was
I don't think he meant to hit her in
misunderstood.
the face.
Yeah. I mean, I saw this movie and I almost walked out of the theater.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's just not funny. The only decent
Don't
thing...
they play it on TV all the time?
It's on all the time. The only thing decent about it is there's some good cameos. John Favreau has like a small scene with Vince. And anytime Vince and John Favreau are together,
yeah,
it's usually
the
gold.
banter's usually good.
Yeah. So besides that, though, it just felt like a tired. Even though it's kind of a new idea, it felt like something I've just seen 100 times before.
Well, they got the guy.
You know what though? There's a whole crowd of people who love movies. They know how it's gonna end and they know what it's
Yeah.
about,
It's
and it's just how you put
Christmas-related.
on family, and that's why they keep making them.
I feel like this was a
and guess
focus
why?
group
Because it
movie.
makes it on the list of
It does.
top 5.
And
It did. I mean,
135 is a lot of
it
money.
made its money. I mean, I went and saw it.
Well,
All
Seth,
right.
Seth Gordon directed it. He directed
Yeah.
King of Kong,
King of
which is
Kong.
that doc was the best. But then
Great
he went
movie.
into features and ugh.
He's been doing horrible since.
All right. Well, Reese Witherspoon. This to me is the film that made her a
A-lister?
star. A-lister.
This is
yes,
JT's
Legally
favorite.
Blonde.
Definitely not.
138 million, so just above
Yeah.
4 Christmases. But what? This launched sequels. This
Yep.
maybe I think it might have launched a third. It launched a musical. It's still quoted. And it really just cemented her as like this is one of the movies of hers you can watch over and over again. It doesn't feel that dated.
Never saw
This
it.
is the one that got her.
You
to 20
never
million.
saw it?
Never saw Legally Blonde. Is that a bad thing? Is that
I've seen it illegally blonde.
what did I say?
No,
I said Legally
That's
Blonde.
the one I saw.
Wow.
Illegally blonde.
Legally Blonde. That's a different
Yeah,
movie.
that's a different movie.
So she plays what, like a lawyer?
It's like the blonde sorority girl ends up
Okay.
going to Harvard.
Kind of like the House Bunny, but
Yeah,
with a
but better.
lawyer. Remember that movie with Anna Faris?
I'm gonna say it's better.
Okay. Oh yeah.
than,
Okay. I'm not saying that.
It's funny. But yes, it's the
Yeah.
blonde sorority girl who ends up
Okay.
at Harvard and then somehow saves the day, but
Yeah, everybody
actually
thinks
being
she's stupid, but she's really smart. And
So
Yeah.
basically, Paris Hilton was trying to be a lawyer.
No, I'm also
Okay.
gonna say no to that.
No. Well, Owen. Little fact about that: Owen Wilson and Luke Wilson were supposed to play the what are brothers? What are they called? The brothers in Ocean's 11.
Oh yeah. I remember you telling me that
Yeah,
before. Yeah.
they,
Luke Wilson's in this movie.
Yes, it's Luke Wilson and
Yeah.
Luke Wilson's the love interest.
Yeah. That's right.
But him and Owen Wilson were supposed to play the brothers that Scott Conn and Casey Affleck played in
You know, that
Ocean's
story
11.
does not have anything to do really with all this.
Yeah, Owen Wilson's in. I mean, Luke Wilson's in the movie.
So instead, we're going to move on to number
Yeah.
3, which is Walk the Line at $150 million.
This is definitely not the one JT.
This
likes.
is my favorite movie.
Oh, okay.
of the
Really?
list. I love Walk the Line. It came out the year after Ray. And I think because of that, and Ray won all the Oscars for like Jamie Foxx and was nominated for everything. Walk the Line was nominated for a couple.
Yeah.
And even Reese
Reese
Witherspoon,
won.
she won for this movie. And I think this is a way better movie than Ray, in my opinion.
I do too.
And I think the only reason why I didn't get more Oscar love is because it was coming off the year after Ray, and people were like, that already came past.
This movie always feels a little bit long to me when I
Really?
watch it. Yeah, I don't know. I always find myself like doing other things as I watch this movie. I applaud them because both of them learned their instruments.
Yes,
Oh,
they did.
They learn to
Joaquin
sing. They
sings.
sing the whole time.
It's actually great.
Unbelievable.
And I actually love it. It just always feels a little bit slow to me when I watch it.
Wow, it's interesting. I saw this. I loved it. I'm a Johnny Cash fan. Who isn't?
Yeah.
And I think Joaquin, I'm not sure who won that year, but he definitely deserved to get nominated like he
It
did.
wasn't Joaquin. Somebody else won. I forget who it was.
Yeah, Joaquin didn't win, but I'm glad he got nominated.
Well, he was so involved in the character.
Unless he did he not get nominated?
Well, he was doing drugs.
He had to be nominated.
Every scene that called for like drugs and drinking, he was doing that. Like he became that person. And then immediately after production ended, he was hospitalized for like rehab and
bad.
just because he just
Shouldn't do that.
yeah.
All right.
Great movie though, guys. If you haven't seen
Yeah.
Walk the Line, it is my favorite biopic of a musician.
Wonderful.
That's
All right,
that's a big
number
statement.
2, coming out in
a lot of good- a lot of
2002,
other
just
good
a year
biopics.
after Legally Blonde.
Yep.
Sweet Home Alabama brought in $177 million.
This was early in her career too, 2002.
This was coming
Oh,
after.
no, it's not early
This was
in her
right
career,
after. This
but
was right after
it's
Legally Blonde.
right after Legally Blonde.
Okay, so it's
She
kind of
was
So
right
this
now.
is one because she was in Cruel Intentions.
Yep.
She was in the one that takes place in high school, not Candidate, Campaign.
Oh yes, Election.
Election, thank
Yeah.
you. I was
She
like
was
good in that,
something.
too.
God, that's
like,
the one. It's probably my second favorite movie of hers.
Yes.
She has some really good movies, but Sweet Home Alabama just cemented kind of her place as America's sweetheart.
Gotcha. Okay.
Definitely had that Southern charm, romance to it.
Mm-hmm.
And also took over TV for a while. I feel like a lot of her movies
Absolutely.
have a couple of years where they're just
Oh,
playing nonstop.
They sell right to TNT and TBS.
Yeah. Sweet Home Alabama, there was like 4 years where I swear you
Just
could
on
watch
every
it like
weekend?
every weekend.
That's the role that Patrick Dempsey was able to get Grey's Anatomy off of.
Oh really? Oh, Patrick Dempsey. Yeah, I never saw Sweet Home.
He married. When he was 21, he did Can't Buy Me Love. He married a 48-year-old.
I can explain the plot to you really quick.
Girl meets guy, doesn't want to
Girl
fall in love
meets
right
guy
away,
in
then
high
does?
school,
Oh, okay.
breaks up. Girl meets second guy. Girl gets back together with guy from high school.
Yes.
All
Done.
right.
Yeah.
You know.
Patrick Dempsey's a championship juggler.
It's the most
Yeah,
like
he's a great
random.
juggler.
I just feel like for these shows we should hook you up to a lie detector test. That way I don't have to spend the time figuring it out. I can just like kind of look over and it's like
He went to clown
oh,
college too.
No.
Went to clown college. He didn't graduate though. They're like, your hair is too good.
Number 1.
That's your hair's too good.
Yeah, you gotta get out of here.
And the first movie on this list taking her top spot, which I kind of sometimes feel like this is a disappointment when you have all these movies that
Yeah.
have such fans and then your number 1 grossing goes to Monsters vs. Aliens.
Yeah.
215.9, it's almost 216 million. I just kind of feel like that's kind of like as an actor, you've made so many movies for so many years, movies that people love, that have created such followings, and yet the one that's just beat them all
that's-
is Monsters vs.
Well,
Aliens.
let me
Probably
say.
easiest money she's ever
Yeah.
made.
The one thing I've learned from doing this show, for as long as we're doing it, kids animated movies have legs more than
Absolutely.
most live action movies. Home has been in the top 5 for like 2 months. It finally is out, but it's like number 6 or 7. So I'm not surprised. And plus, this was right around that. And even though this wasn't a Pixar movie, this was a DreamWorks, but it was around that time where DreamWorks and Pixar were just
Yeah.
doling out hits left and right. It was Kung Fu Panda,
Yeah.
Shrek, name any Pixar movie.
Anything.
And this thing came out just like at the right time where every animated film coming out was just doing blockbuster money.
You know what? A lot
Well-
of these people have to. When you do these top 5s, it's always if they do an animation voiceover, it's usually 1 or 2, unless
Money
they
in
have a
the bank.
smash hit. Like last week, we did Scarlett Johansson, and we can't put the superhero movies in because it's just ridiculous. You know, and
Sure.
So, but
It's easy money.
Kiefer Sutherland was in this movie.
But yeah,
Oh, that's right. You play the
Yeah,
government guys.
he traveled with the rodeo circus in the late '90s
Yeah.
because he like wanted to quit acting for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what happened? He wanted to star in Dallas Buyers Club, and they were going to give it to him, but he wanted the guy to, instead of AIDS, he wanted him to have scoliosis and leprosy, and they're like, "No, we can't do that." This is a true story.
that's interesting.
Wow,
Back to the
your
Reese
tangents today are just
Witherspoon.
so far.
The Reese Witherspoon
Yeah.
themed list. Just know that we went through the whole thing. Monsters and Aliens, obviously one. It's also her most recent of all
really?
of them on this list. Of the top 5, 2009 was her most highest grossing.
I'm curious. Legally Blonde being such a big hit, part 2 didn't even make the list.
Not
Yeah.
at all.
That's surprising.
These were movies that dropped off. They also didn't have as good of word of mouth.
Okay.
It's like versus when we're going to talk about Pitch Perfect and Pitch Perfect 2. There's so much hype. I feel like I was in the target audience for Legally Blonde and
of
for
course.
Legally Blonde 2, and there wasn't that desire to go see it. It was such a push off until it comes to, at the time, like DVD movie. If you even saw it then, it didn't have any type of critical spunk around it.
Gotcha. Okay.
It was also like 5 years after the original or something like that.
But
Oh, yeah. It's never good when you wait that long.
well, good job,
All right,
Reese, making
Reese.
lots of money. I'm pretty
see-
sure she's worth like $80 million.
Go watch
so
Walk
she's
the Line.
doing well.
I would have watched Dallas Buyers Club with Kiefer Sutherland in it.
That is not what our list is about.
Scoliosis and leprosy.
All right, let's get into our upcoming films a little bit. We got a lot of fun stuff
is
to
gonna be
talk
good.
about.
Yeah.
First thing on the list, which is going to be great, I'm convinced, is going to be Mad Max Fury Road. I've been so excited for this for months. It is coming out, and it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah,
Let me,
JT's taking me tomorrow.
Let me drop some truth on this microphone real quick.
Yeah.
Just don't drop the microphone.
Yeah, I won't. This is the best movie I've seen all year.
Oof, it's a big one.
It is a action masterpiece.
Great.
It is a pure adrenaline ride from beginning to end, and I can't wait to see this at least 3 more times.
Wow.
I think, and this is, I really can't wait till we get to the predictions because I'm having trouble. I'm trying to think with my brain and not with my heart.
I agree.
Because my heart wants me to make this the #1 movie of the weekend. And I can't wait for everyone to see it and just go, oh my God, this is awesome.
You're going to have
But-
to wait for the legs. You're going to have to wait for the legs of word of mouth.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's
that's the
gonna
thing.
do.
That's the
It's
problem.
going to do great. We saw what Kingsman can do. We saw how long these movies can last. And I think Mad Max has that potential. But people are talking way more still about Avengers. They're talking more about even
I
Pitch
know.
Perfect than they are Mad Max. I feel like there's people who are in love with it already that haven't gotten to see it, but that number hasn't been able to spread yet because, like, for instance, I can say I'm really excited for this movie, but no one's really going to listen to me until I see it and can confirm
No, I think they'll
that it's
listen to you.
good.
Well, the one thing I am happy about is this morning the embargo was lifted, and if you looked at Twitter or Facebook, the reviews are across the board phenomenal.
Yes.
Everyone's saying this is the best action movie in a decade, and that it lives up to all the hype and beyond. So I'm really hoping that gives a little boost this week.
Yeah, and I'll let you know
I
tomorrow.
can't say it will because usually that critics, honestly, I love listening to critics. They don't always, they most time don't affect box office until after the movie comes out.
Okay, what are the chances that Mad Max can push out Avengers?
Zero.
Here's the thing. How much do you think
0.0.
I'm going to save this.
I'm going to give it 20.
We're going to save this until predictions because I'm curious to hear what you guys think Avengers is going to make this week.
Yeah,
And how much
it's
do you
true.
think Mad Max? So, all right. So listen, Mad Max, I have nothing else to say except for it's an
She-
amazing movie.
Charlize
All right.
I'm
Theron.
seeing it again tomorrow.
Charlize Theron auditioned for Elizabeth Berkley's part in Showgirls, but lost out to her. Now I would have. Wow. I mean, Elizabeth Berkley got a great body.
Yeah,
but
she was good.
Seeing Charlize do that kind of stuff, that would have been pretty phenomenal.
Okay. Well, she is in this movie, so you can go see that.
She's not dancing in this movie, I'll tell you that.
Pitch Perfect 2 is also coming out.
Oh, this is where I'm worried.
What?
Because the reviews are the opposite of Mad Max. The reviews have been not good to okay.
Yeah.
It is a sequel,
Yes.
but I don't know how many people really wanted a sequel to this movie in the first place. The first one opened decently.
Yeah, it was a big hit.
I just don't feel like there's any
the
excitement.
first one became a big hit.
Became a hit, yes.
It was not a
Totally
box
agree.
office smash.
it didn't-
it became a hit. It not only, I don't even think the box office numbers for the first one are on point to the people who have seen this. The
It
amount of
definitely
people who
found
saw
out
this
one
when it came out after
after,
theaters is probably 3 times as many. It only total made 65 million.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna open better than the first one. It's gonna be the Austin Powers effect. Austin Powers 1 did not do good in theaters, and 2 destroyed when it opened up because of the home video. My thing is the reviews, and the other thing I'm really torn about is the crowds for Pitch Perfect 2 Mad Max cannot be any different.
Well, no, this is the thing. This is my
Who's coming out
this
this
is
weekend,
my
the girls or the
favorite
boys?
thing about Pitch Perfect 2. When you go to like similar movies
Okay.
on Box Office Breakdown, I'm just gonna read you like the top 5, which is Magic Mike, XXL, Ted 2, Cinderella,
Okay.
directly followed by 50 Shades of Grey,
Boom.
directly followed by Into the Woods,
Okay.
followed by Dumb and Dumber 2.
Ooh,
Exactly.
ridiculous.
So I read this and I went, so what genre are we in?
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
are we
yeah.
talking?
Every
You
one.
literally put Cinderella next to
That's
50 Shades of
every
Grey.
genre.
It's like,
Yeah.
I was just like, I think they're just predicting like this is supposed to bring in the masses.
It's 4 quadrant.
It's PG-13.
Yep.
It's gonna bring in teenagers.
Isn't
They're
rookie director too, Elizabeth?
Elizabeth Banks, who
yeah.
starred in
people
the
were-
first one.
but she was in the first, and she was one of people's favorite things about the 1st. Also, since the first, we've had all of her people fall in love with her in Hunger Games.
Sure.
In that role, she really has hit this comedy stride.
Do you think it's a little played out, the whole a cappella Glee kind of
Well,
thing?
no, this lip sync show on VH1 is doing well. There's
But Glee's on its way out. I mean,
Yeah, well,
American
that's-
Idol.
We just talked about American Idol,
just
who has
got
had so many
taken out.
seasons. Well, that's because
R.I.P.
that's
American
crazy.
Idol.
You still have so
R.I.P.
many singing shows
Yeah.
that get their weekly audiences, and they just don't stop. Acapella,
sure.
yes or no? Like singing in general brings in crowds, a certain
Does.
Here's
crowd.
the thing, it's easier for a guy to convince his girlfriend to see a high octane action movie than it is for a girl to convince a guy to go see this movie.
I don't know about Pitch Perfect. I know a lot of guys who've seen it.
Some like it. Mark Riley hated it.
Yeah, he loves everything.
He loves everything. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be very close fight for probably the second spot between Mad Max and Pittsburgh.
Pitch Perfect does it hits every demo.
No, it doesn't.
They
It
got
doesn't hit the guy
No,
demo.
no, they got an Asian chick, they got a white chick, they got a black chick, they got older chicks. I mean, they
Gotcha.
got everybody.
All right, well,
Everyone that matters, according to Tom over
Yeah.
there. All right,
Hope to
let's then
God
talk.
Mad Max
We've got
like a
2 more to
brown,
talk
yellow, Puerto
about.
Rican or Haitian.
Absolution. Steven Seagal.
Steve Seagal movie.
I can't wait for this one.
How many movies theaters is coming out in?
This is, I think it's like 17 theaters.
Okay, what's it about? I've heard
the-
nothing about this.
You know, he kills everybody.
There you go.
He's the best. Well, you know, there's a big Cheeto story about him. It's amazing.
Loves Cheetos.
Yeah, well, he was doing a movie. I think it was like the boat movie.
Under Siege.
Yeah, the 2nd
I'm going
one.
to read you the IMDb little
Synopsis.
thing.
Yes,
When
please.
a contract killer, guess who that is?
He's a contract killer in every movie.
Steven Seagal
Yeah,
encounters a girl on the run from a mob boss.
who's hot? Probably the girl's definitely hot.
Her name's Vinnie Jones.
Definitely hot.
With powerful political ties, he is torn between protecting the girl and remaining loyal to the government agency that hired him for the mission.
So like The Professional or any other movie.
No,
What's he weighing in on these days?
this is the most generic plot summary I've heard.
He's the best.
These IMDb should have his weight next to the
Well,
his character.
he broke Sean Connery's arm in when he was teaching him like jujitsu for one of the Bond movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he
He
taught.
broke his
people.
arm.
I mean, Seagal's just so past his prime.
The Cheeto story.
Yeah.
Under Siege 2.
Oh, yeah. What's the deal?
Basically, they were like, the producers were like, oh, we got to hire a personal trainer. Steven's like eating like a monster. Right? And they're like,
He
all right,
is in the
bring him
kitchen
in.
for a lot
Bring
of
him in.
movies.
He has to lose like 60 pounds. They're like, all right, cool. The producers come in like 3 weeks before shooting. They're like, this guy's fatter than when he came in the first time. and the personal trainer's, let me show you something. They go into like a weight room. And like
I'm just gonna let him go for a little bit.
On the bench press thing, the guy's like, "Look at this!" And there was like Cheeto stains everywhere, and there was like a script full of Cheeto stains. And they're like, "What is this stuff?" They're like, "Oh, he's got an addiction to Cheetos. The guy won't stop eating them."
Well, there's your story for the day. Interesting. All right, one more to talk about because we can pretty
fired the
much have
personal
the
trainer.
exact same conversation we just had because we're getting a Jean-Claude Van
Oh my
Damme
God.
fic called Pound of Flesh.
It's a great movie.
I mean,
Pound of
I
Flesh.
watch
Again, that is
anything.
the title.
Yeah, this was a tough one to find because there's a couple other movies called Pound of Flesh.
These movies should have been, the titles of these movies should have been changed. Steven Seagal and Pounds of Flesh.
Yes.
Van Damme's have been
Absolute vodka.
Absolute vodka, yes.
Well, he is back.
What's this one about? Can we get synopsis for this?
He's the
gosh.
muscles from Brussels.
It is about, I just had it, let's find out. A man's heroic attempt to help a woman in distress ends with him waking up the next day without a kidney and plotting his revenge.
Oh, wow.
He loves revenge.
It's a kidney revenge movie.
That's fantastic. I'm going to watch that. Well, Van Damme, he didn't know how to speak English, so he started watching a lot of Flintstone episodes.
Oh, really?
And that's how he learned how to speak English, through watching Flintstone. He actually wanted to play Barney Rubble in the live-action movie.
This totally makes sense.
But they went with Rick Moranis because they're like, Jean-Claude,
just-
you're too, muscle.
He has a movie like every year.
Oh, yeah.
So many.
That makes sense because the first 4 films that Van Damme's ever made, the leading actress's character's name was Wilma.
Yeah.
In all those movies.
See? He
'Cause
was
it's
a big
probably
Flintstone
the
guy.
only word he knew how to
Huge
really say.
Flintstone guy. He watched the Jetsons too. Spacely Sprocket. This is one of his favorite guys.
Okay, so so many people can go out and see those. I will not be probably one of them.
Pound
But
of flesh.
this-
I like to see a double feature. Pound
This
of
can
flesh.
get
and
us
execution.
into our predictions. If either of you put any of those movies in the top
This is going to
5,
be
you're
a big one. This is
eliminated.
going to be an
This is
interesting
so
one
tough
this
for
week.
me. This is so tough for me.
Okay, let's
go
talk
with the
about our
heart-
contenders.
To go with the heart of the head is the question.
JT between us won. He went 3 for 5.
Yeah.
Me and Roxy went 2 for 5. But Brian Fernandez went 5 for 5, and he'll be getting the Book of Eli Blu-ray. I think that's what
You'll
it
be
is.
getting a Blu-ray.
Yeah, probably Book of Eli or no. I'm
He seems confused, so I'm just going to go with Blu-ray.
maybe Dolphin Tale 2. I'm not sure yet, but you'll be getting something, dude.
What
Don't worry
a
about
difference in movie.
it. Yeah.
Do you have his contact information?
No, send it to JT on
Message me.
Yeah, DM him.
Do that, or so
On
you can get some
Facebook.
free something.
Yes.
All right. Talking about predictions.
You want to go
JT
first?
seems to want to talk. I'm gonna let you go first.
Roxy was the last one to do it last week.
Let me ask you guys
Okay.
a quick question.
Congrats.
Before we go into this,
You want to talk about how much things are
I
making?
want to talk how much you think Avengers is going to make this weekend. It's made $70 million.
It dropped 60%.
Yes. How much do you think it'll drop off this weekend?
I think it makes 44.
44.
Yeah.
I think it's around there too.
I think it's around 40, 45. The question is,
40, 45?
40 to 45 million.
Okay.
The question is, can Mad Max break 40 million?
No.
With Avengers still out,
Nope.
That is the question I'm debating right now.
No, I'm ending your debate. Not going to make that much money. Mad Max is going to make like 20,
no,
25
no,
to 27.
No. It's at least 40 million.
No way.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go with my mind here.
okay.
I'm gonna give Avengers number 1, and I'm gonna say it's gonna make $47 million.
Okay.
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 Mm-hmm.
No, I'm gonna say 45. Sorry, 45. $45 million for Avengers.
You sure?
Okay.
I think Mad Max will be number 2. Right there around 40 million.
No way. It's not enough money to go around.
Listen, if 70 million can be made in one weekend, it could go around.
Okay.
I think should I go like exact number? Yeah, I'm gonna say 40 million for Mad Max.
Okay.
Okay.
And Pitch Perfect, I will go 35 million at number 3.
Ooh.
I'm just, you guys don't have to get numbers for all those. I'm just giving you
No, I will.
how my mind is breaking down. Avengers is gonna be close to 45. It could be a little closer to 50 depending on drop off, but I think it's gonna be close in that area. I think Mad Max is gonna beat Pitch Perfect by just a few $1 million.
Yeah, it's definitely
I think
fast.
Pitch Perfect will be 3. Then after that, it's really, I mean, I can't. I don't even know where to go here.
Yeah, it's
because
tough.
It's like
I mean,
all
we're
these
talking,
movies are
we're
made.
talking $2-3 million difference.
I
in
guess I
everybody's
gotta
movies.
go number 4, Hot Pursuit, just because it's.
Yep.
I don't know where else to go with there, and then I'll go number 5, Paul Blart,
Why?
just because I think Fast 7 is good. All the Fast 7 crew is ditching town.
they're
Okay,
done.
because Mad Max is the exact
Yeah.
same thing but better. Age of Adeline. It's got. I mean, look at the 3, 4, and 5 this week are all point something off.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think Paul Blart is the difference. I mean, you're going to lose. Age is going to lose some money because of Pitch Perfect. So there you go. Avengers, Mad Max, Pitch Perfect, Hot Pursuit, Paul Blart.
All right, watch.
Boom.
Okay. He rubs his hands together
Yeah.
in a very devious fashion.
Obviously, Avengers is number 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say $44 million.
Okay. Right where I'm at, 45.
I said it a couple of weeks ago on the main show. I think Pitch Perfect is going to beat Mad Max. I may be eating my words after I see it tomorrow, but as of right now, I think Pitch Perfect will come in at number 2, probably somewhere around like $28 million. Okay, I think.
How much do you think Mad Max? You really think Mad Max make 20 million? You're insane.
I think Mad Max is going to do
insane.
like 25.
You're
it's going to
insane.
be dangerously close.
It's gonna be close to 40.
I don't think so. I don't think it's there yet. I think you get a lot of fanboys, but you ain't gonna get the chicks ain't gonna come out to see this thing. It's too dark, and it's an R.
Yeah,
You know that.
I've
$40 million
seen the
opening-
movie. Trust
$40
me,
million
it's,
openings on R's are very rare.
trust me, it's a R.
I'm going, and
ahead.
I'm a female.
Yeah, because you like Tom Hardy.
I actually like Charlize Theron,
Yeah,
and this
don't
just
forget,
looks like an
Charlize Theron
interesting movie.
It's kind of the start of this movie. She's gonna pull a lot of
Listen,
people.
I
in.
want Mad Max
pulls
to
in
make
money.
$100 million.
It's
Mel
me too.
Gibson was at the premiere.
You saw that? Yeah.
Yeah, I
right.
love that guy.
All right, so that's your top 3. What's
Yeah,
4 and
my top
5?
three.
So that's gonna be a difference maker.
Yeah, I mean, I got to stick with what I said. And then, you're going to see Hot Pursuit at, I don't know, hopefully 0, but it'll probably do about 5. It'll
Yeah,
drop
6,
off heavy.
7 or something.
Yeah.
And number 5?
I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say Ex Machina.
Oh wow.
I think
okay.
Age of Adeline's going to be done because Hot Pursuit is the
Interesting.
same kind of thing. And Ex Machina made 3.4. Paul Blart's got to get out of there. I mean, it has to.
I mean,
If like if everything's right with the universe. And Fast
well,
and Furious, I agree with you. Nobody's gonna see that. And Age of Adeline, I hate anyway.
let's go to Sarah
Oh gosh,
with the wisdom of traveling the world.
this is difficult.
Yeah, she's back.
She's back.
What'd you
Number
buy-
1.
What'd you buy in Europe?
I have to talk about what I'm
Okay, sorry,
thinking.
sorry.
So number 1 is
I'm not gonna shush. Let me think. I'm confused on how Pitch Perfect's going to do. I mean, they compared it to like Into the Woods. That's Anna Kendrick as well. That also has the whole Disney momentum.
Totally
that
different crowd.
that opened to 31.
Yeah, that's Disney though.
Exactly.
This is not Disney.
No.
And then you have, I think that we're going to see a lot of parallels between Mad Max and Kingsman. And I think that people, the word of mouth kicked in even more after Kingsman. And that opened to what, 38?
Less than that, I think.
This movie blows Kingsman out of the water, in my opinion.
Kingsman opened to 36.
Okay.
Rated
Kingsman
R.
opened to 36.
Rated
Rated R.
Kingsman was a bigger thing, though.
Yeah, no way. Keep
No,
going.
I feel like Kingsman and
Mad Max
are.
is actually a franchise. It's actually a named product. People forget
Yeah.
that.
I could be wrong. I mean, I could be. Hey,
You could be.
I could be.
All right, sorry, Sarah. Go ahead.
I'm going to stick with 1, Avengers, blah, blah, blah. 2, I'm going to agree with you. I think it's
Yes.
going to Mad Max.
Come to the Mad Max side.
I completely am on that side. I hope that we are right
Yeah.
and he
Come to
doesn't
the
get to say that he is
Ecuadorian
right
side.
because I'm going to be so annoyed if he's right.
Number 3.
Number 3, Pitch Perfect. Number 4, no, these movies suck. Hot Pursuit.
yeah.
It just has to. And
Your buddy Paul Blart.
I will not put that in this list.
Okay.
I didn't want to put that list in the list the first weekend it opened out of principle. Gosh, I hope I never meet anyone who made that movie because
Yeah, it's tough.
it's not going to go over well.
Yeah.
And then number 5, I'm between Age of Adeline and Ex Machina. I'm going to give it to Age of Adeline. I'm still hearing girls
Okay.
talk about it and
Okay.
telling people to see it.
Roxy kind of recommended it last week.
Yeah, well, Rocky's like, she likes crying.
Yeah, she loved Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah, she
Oh,
cries.
she did.
Yeah.
I looked at her.
But
when
yeah,
she was
so I'll give it to
crying.
Hot Pursuit and then Age of Adeline. That's going to be my top 5.
Wow, it's going to be
This is
very
a tough one.
interesting.
So it's really the top 3 and then everything else.
JT,
Yeah.
we better be right.
I honestly
right.
think
I'm just going out on a limb. I like to take chances, you know.
You just want to
Somebody-
be different.
No, I
support
just
you.
just go by my motto. Show me somebody who doesn't take a chance,
you
and I'll
guys,
show
we
you
have to
a loser.
leave in 2 minutes. So if we have any callers
Yeah,
that
we gotta
are
hurry.
in right now, we can take like 1,
Yeah, we
maybe
need-
2 people, and you got to be
Yeah, we need
quick
the top
with your
5. We need the top
predictions
5, yeah.
because we are gonna get kicked out of studio way too soon.
Yeah.
But
he's bringing
something's
it up.
So, yeah, it's being
Yeah.
brought up.
We
totally sprung that on our engineer.
one real quick story about your trip in Europe? Like, what was the one awesome thing?
Did you get hit on by a lot of guys out there?
Yeah, how many guys said that?
This
Yeah.
is the most surprising thing. I'm going to stick with the interesting fact story. Was that when I went to Croatia, I was walking around, And I had known that Game of Thrones was filmed a little bit there. It's also
okay.
filmed in a bunch of countries
Yeah,
in
Iceland
Europe.
and stuff.
But Croatia, of all places, has Game of Thrones walking tours.
What?
And some of their cities.
That's
Where
awesome.
they like take you to some of the sets and
Oh, that's
whatnot.
cool.
But I was just like, I feel like you expect that. Like I was in London and they have all
Yeah.
like they have Harry Potter World and you go through the studios and you kind of almost expect those there, but I feel like when you go to Croatia, you expect the beach and castles.
Sure.
You don't expect to see like popular culture walking tours.
Well, that's what it is now because look at all the theaters. I mean, you can tell by what they're doing at the theaters. International's killing.
It's crazy.
domestic.
And so when Game of Thrones the movie comes out, we'll be talking about it a lot on this show. Because
Whenever that comes out.
Are you a big Game of Thrones fan?
I'm a huge Game of Thrones.
She wanted
Oh, that's
to
right. You
build-
do the podcast. What am I thinking?
She wanted to build the Game of Thrones.
That's right.
Like,
Antarctica.
set in North
You need to think about these things.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
No, but I was like
something
walking around
something
Croatia
interestingly
and there
odd
was
about
like
that.
I was walking around Croatia and there was just all these people in like Game of Thrones clothing, not like Stark t-shirts.
Peter
and
Dinklage there?
I didn't see him.
No, he's easy to spot.
He's awesome though. I guess our calls aren't working because I'm just seeing like the loading sign
No,
for
we're
forever.
I think we're almost there. If we don't get it in another minute or two, it's going to be sorry for everybody.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Because I really want to
It's
hear
that we
some
want to be
people-
selfish and we want to win.
I want to hear what people say about Pitch Perfect. Because I think it's going to be really tight. You know, Mark Ellis agreed with me.
What do you say?
He said Pitch Perfect could beat Mad Max.
I mean, it could.
Yeah. Anything could happen.
I think that one of the good things about Pitch Perfect is you can convince, as you said, your significant other to go.
Here we go.
Oh, hello.
Let's
caller.
finally got some calls on here. Welcome to Box Office Breakdown. Who do we got?
Brian in Miami, who
Oh, man.
predicted last week 5 for 5.
The man, the
Very
myth,
nice, Brian.
legend.
Yeah.
Round
dude.
of applause for you.
Make sure you send JT your information. We'll send you something out.
I already got
Quick-
no problem.
quick
Hey,
question,
I was-
though.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got it. It's a quick question. No top five for you because you won last week.
Okay. Oh, damn it.
Unless you want to just spit it
hope
out, but you're not in
You
the
can
running.
tell us for fun if you
Yeah.
want. We won't send you anything this week. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're mean.
Yeah, it's all right. But at least question wise, if Avengers does get number one, do you think it's going to be a battle between Mad Max and Pitch Perfect 2 for the number 2 and number 3 seed? I mean,
100%.
Oh, yeah.
it's gonna be a really good counterpoint right there to Mad Max and Avengers, and also just as a side note, I'm gonna put Furious 7 there in number 5. But
Awesome.
it's gonna be counter programming everything. With Pitch Perfect 2 and Hot Pursuit.
It could be.
It's gonna be a battle there between the.
I mean,
number 2 and number 3
according to
spots.
JTE, I mean,
You know what
Mad
happened?
Max can possibly beat Ultron
I mean,
because
I
he's
think
got the numbers within $1 million or $2 million.
it's like 5 million, but
Yeah.
I think there's a small chance. I might be hopeful, thinking, listen, if that happens, I am going to be ecstatic.
It'll be a huge blow to Avengers.
We will play the Mad Max.
Our show isn't now.
That is a great song. Well, thanks, Brian. We'll send you that stuff.
Alrighty.
Thanks, dude.
Oof.
Thanks,
All
Frank.
right, Poof. Yep.
One more quick call.
One more, and then get the top 5. This guy will be up for the running.
Thanks for calling Box Office Breakdown. Who do we got?
Hey, this is Dylan.
Oh,
Of course
nice.
it
Hey,
is.
Dylan, what up?
Hey, buddy. Thank you so much for helping us run the Facebook Box Office page.
Yeah, we really appreciate that.
Killing it.
No problem, man.
Can you do this? Is that something you can do to check to see who's winning the top 5?
Yeah, I'll run back through all the episodes.
That's great. Since
Get
the
through it
first
and
one,
check it
that'll be fantastic, dude.
I'm gonna lose, so I think you should just give me some extra points for fun.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
I'm fine with cheating. It's okay.
we got to
Thanks,
get
Dylan.
Dylan's top 5. We
I'll
haven't
give
got
you
his
an
one.
I'll give you an extra point if you that Booty Doe shirt.
Ah, yes.
I will too.
I'll steal everyone's points that wear the shirt.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Nobody will ever talk if you wore that. We didn't even get words out.
All right, Dylan. You haven't given us your top 5 in a while, so let's hear it.
Just here.
I got actually Pitch Perfect 2, number 1.
Wow.
Whoa!
Wow.
Drop the mic.
It's gonna get a little crazier because then I got Mad Max and then Avengers.
Wow.
Going
Okay.
on a-
I respect that, man.
Well,
You're taking a
I did
big
the
chance.
That'd
And
be very
Avengers
cool.
would have to only drop like 40% to make 45.
That's true.
That's true.
That's
So
where
I
I'm down.
got
I got
to
it at
drop it
44.
at like probably like 50, 52%, which would put it closer to like the 37 million.
Wow. That's big. I mean, hey, you might be right.
He might.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say you're wrong on this one, actually. I
Yeah.
think that you totally could be. It just depends on that teen audience and how much of them are going to be repeat watchers of Avengers and
Yeah.
how many of them are going to want to break off and watch Pitch Perfect.
I think those repeat Avenger watches are done.
Is Pitch Perfect PG-13?
No.
Pitch Perfect 2.
Yeah.
Pitch Perfect 2
That's
is
the only thing
PG-13.
I'm worried about is people buying tickets for Pitch Perfect or Avengers and sneaking into Mad Max.
That's a possibility.
That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Yeah, see? That's what I that's what I took into consideration.
Yeah, he did just now.
Yeah.
All right, so you got 1, 2, and 3, which is a crazy lineup.
Yeah.
What do you got for 4? What do you got for 4 and 5? Again?
And then just Hot Pursuit, and then
Unfriended?
probably Age of Adeline.
Oh, hey, John,
Just because Furious 7 is, they're going to drop a whole bunch of theaters.
Yeah.
So.
That's true, too.
you win this
it's probably
week-
going to drop 1,000 theaters, maybe more.
If you win this week, man, legendary.
Yeah, it's legendary win.
I don't feel like the question is what Avengers is going to make or even as much what Mad Max is going to make. It's what Pitch Perfect is going to make.
That's the wild card.
That's the question.
It's the wild card.
Like I always said, I feel like I have my finger to the pulse of the people. I just don't feel the hype for Pitch Perfect 2 out there. I don't feel like people are talking about it. Mad Max, everyone is talking about.
Okay.
Avengers is still going to do good, but I have Mad Max number 2 only by a few million. If it was number 1,
Yeah, no. Hey, we'll see.
I'm so curious to see
It's
what
just
happens.
going to be a really fun weekend.
It is
Thanks,
going to be
dude.
really
It's gonna
fun.
be great.
Thanks for the call, man. Thanks for that stuff. Thanks for all the
You're
hard
the
work.
best, man.
All right, guys, we are so
Yeah, we're
over
late, we're
time.
late.
I'm so sorry.
The pit boss is going to kill us.
Yeah, we're going to get in so much trouble, but it was great to be back. I guess they can maybe blame this one on me. Welcome back to Popcorn Talk Network. Join us next week for Box Office Breakdown. We are going to have so much to talk about.
Yes.
And we've got Twitters.
Yeah, at SchmoesJTE on Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I'm all over the place.
It's a mouthful.
At Bob Finstock. Twitter.
Yeah, and then we also have like Facebooks and YouTube.
Yeah, we're
and
doing well on the
you
likes.
need to subscribe and like and please help us so that now I can say we went over because we were asking for so many likes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my excuse.
And Dylan, thanks again for running Facebook.
Yeah, it's good
What a
stuff.
great fan.
Yep. Good stuff, guys.
All right, bye guys.
Keep watching those movies, especially Mad Max.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network. The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.